So if you guys started off, you realized there was a simple streamer mistake where I didn't have the volume loud enough. Actually, you probably didn't even hear the video. It doesn't matter, or the audio, or the music, I should say. But we're gonna go in. Let's go in. We're gonna be talking tonight about a couple of different things, but predominantly it's gonna be the Big Double versus the Double Cheeseburger from McDonald's. So let's go in and make this shit happen. Yeah, let's just go. Let's go. Let's do it. So I hope you're all having an amazing night. I was on earlier. One of the things that I love to do is just stream and hang out and get interaction from lots of people. Earlier we did an interaction with a really good friend of mine, Callie, who is helping me with Twitch, and fantastic, awesome thing. But I got hungry, and I thought to myself, I need to have some food. And one of the things that popped in my head, fuck you, music. Hang on, let's do some ambiance. Little. One of the things that I that I thought about in the process of deciding when I wanted to have a food at 1 o'clock in the morning was like, well, McDonald's is probably the only place that's open right now. So, and within that, I have a few choices, right? So one of those is the McDouble or the Double Cheeseburger. And there's a differentiation. The price of in the US, probably, well, depending on where you are, it's probably about 30 cents, 40 cents. It's essentially the exact same thing. The only difference between the two, and I've like scoured the internet, and there are different ideas, but the majority of the ideas that are out there, and I could go to McDonald's and ask them, but the problem is that because McDonald's runs on a system where they have it's a main conglomerate system. There are like a bunch of people that run things, but then each satellite area has its own rules as far as what happens within the context of what they put on their stuff, which is a fucked up thing. If honestly thinking about that from that perspective, that's kind of weird. But a cheeseburger in California versus Boston should be the same, and it probably is, because most of the owners of the properties within that sphere do adhere to the rules that are put down from up on high. That said, not always true. The part of what we're here to explore tonight is like, I want to see like what the difference is between. I have them in front of me right now. The difference between McDouble and a Double Cheeseburger. I just want to see. So I'm gonna open them up. I'm gonna do my best to show them for you guys so you can see what's going on here, and then I'm gonna eat them because because I'm hungry as fuck, dudes. I'm just saying. This is. I should take this label off so I can identify this more readily. And then I'm gonna take this label off as well. I'm gonna move this over here. So this is the one over here. It's gonna be that, and then this one is that. There we go. All right. So we have I have two burgers in front of me. I have a McDouble on my left. I have a Double Cheeseburger on my right. From what I've gathered, the only difference is one layer of cheese. So what I want to do is actually look at both of these from similar perspectives. So I'm going to pick this one up. This is the double. Yeah, I'm sorry. This is the Double Cheeseburger, right? Oh wait, yeah, this is double. This is the McDouble. So McDouble is different from a Double Cheeseburger. So this is a McDouble. McDouble is that. So we've got, you know, some tomato, some little bit of mustard in there. We got some pickle, onion, for sure, and there's we got two patties, which is they're hard to see because they kind of mesh together. Oh, that hit my. All right, whatever. So there are two different patties of beef here. So there's one here, there's one here. So there are two patties of beef, but there's one layer of cheese, which is in between. Let me try to rotate this around so you can see what I'm talking about. This layer of cheese that's showing here, that's one layer of cheese. There's no layer of cheese on the top patty. So there's a patty under here. Oh, it's such a shame I have to do this. So there's a beef patty under here. We have this layer of cheese in between. It almost looks like it like combines, right? But they actually are two layers of patty. There you go. So there are two layers of patty, right? There's one beef patty and another, right? So there's that. So there's one layer of cheese on that particular one. Sorry, I'm gonna eat that piece of cheese that like fell to the. I don't want to hurt my computer. Shit. What? Got it. All right. So this now is. So that was the McDouble. This is the Double Cheeseburger. All right. So I'm going to start off by lifting up the top layer here, right? I know on camera this looks like a very yellow. I haven't compensated for that. I apologize for that, but it looks very similar, right? So, you know, we still have the onion and the tomato and ketchup, mustard right there, right? We have the same sort of setup, right? So it's two patties, two beef patties right here. Boom, boom, boom. So let me separate that out so you can see that. So there's two beef patties. But the difference is, and it's very, very subtle, is that there is a layer of cheese here, which there was before. There is also a layer of cheese on this level, which is, it's harder to see because of the pickles and everything else that are here, but it's there. So there is another layer of cheese that's in that particular sandwich. Now, difference in price in the US is going to vary. It's probably going to be somewhere between like 30 and 50 cents per sandwich. It's essentially the same exact thing. It actually is the same exact thing, other than one layer of cheese. Now, why does McDonald's do that? I don't fucking know. Maybe because they can charge an extra 50 cents for a piece of cheese that costs them half a or quarter of or 1/100th of a cent. Because honestly, their negotiating power is ridiculous. So why have two different burgers? I think part of it is maybe in flavor, but I'm gonna try them out. This is the horrible part of what I have to do here. I'm gonna try them out. I'm gonna see if there's a difference between the two. Right. So I'm gonna take a bite right now from the McDouble, right, and then I'll try something from the Double Cheeseburger, which is one extra layer of cheese. Devil May Cry, what's up, buddy? How are you? What's up, Iggy? All right, all right. I'm gonna take a bite from this. So this is the McDouble. So this is one layer of cheese, right? All right, let's see. I mean, guys, we're not talking about like highfalutin. Me talking about a steak that I'm, a Wagyu beef that I'm biting into, or anything like that. As far as like I'm not gonna go into mouthfeel or anything like that. So, as far as the flavor goes, it's good. You know, something you want to have at like 2 o'clock in the morning. You're just, you want this. You're just like, you're hungry and you want food. It's good. It's good. All right. So with that, we have so we're going from the McDouble to the Double Cheeseburger, and the only difference that I've seen, reviewed, is that it has a slice of cheese on the top layer, where like the pickles and the tomato and mustard, the mustard and the onions and all that stuff go. So ideally, it should taste almost exactly the same. But here's what I'm actually seeing right now, and this is kind of fascinating, is like the thickness of the bun. The bun thickness changes. So let me show you this. This is, I'm gonna try to bring this up. This is the McDouble, right? I'm gonna bring up the Double Cheeseburger as well. So the bun thickness changes ever so slightly, ever so slightly. The bun thickness on the top, like the bottom bun seems to be very similar, like very close. The top bun seems to be a bit bigger, like all around. I don't know, this is gross, but it, like, the top one seems to be bigger all around. I mean, it is gross. I mean, it's fast food. Anyways, so I see that as an immediate difference. Also, the color, and it's not going to show up on this camera right now. I'll have to adjust it in post, but I don't really want to adjust it in post, so I'm not going to. But this bun right over here is a tiny bit darker, even though in camera it looks lighter. Anyways, so it's thicker, darker. Let's try it. So I'm going to try this one, judge it, and then I'll go back and forth between the two. What a horrible thing to have to eat food, right? All right, let's do this. Mm. Mm. You know what's interesting is my take is that the Double Cheeseburger flavor is actually better. The only thing that is listed as different between the two that I've been able to find is that there's one layer of cheese more. But I can't see where that's actually a thing that would change the flavor that much. All right, so let's go back over to. So we have the two exact same sandwiches, right? Maybe that's more pickle or something. I don't know, or more mustard. There's more sweetness to that one. Right. You take a bite of this. So this, I'm going back to the McDouble. All right. Okay. So I taste the beef. Excuse me. I taste the beef. I taste the onion. Mm, I taste a tiny bit of the cheese, but it's not super prominent. Um, I do taste tomato there a little bit. I don't get the mustard. I'm not really tasting the mustard there. So that sourness, that sort of bitterness is not there. I'm also not seeing the same amount of pickles on both. So I think the amount of pickles changes based on the sandwich. All right, so that's that one. Let's go back over to the double cheeseburger. Right. So this is the one that has two layers of cheese. So one layer of cheese on top of one. So two patties with a layer of cheese on one, a layer of cheese on the other. Right. So all right, let's do this. Okay. So I'll say that we probably have to do this experiment a few times because in this iteration, the folks that put this together, I'm getting more mustard, um, more pickle, so more sourness. Um, I'm also getting more sweet, um, which I'm not sure where that's coming from. Maybe it's part of the pickle. Maybe there's something in the pickle that has a sweetness to it. Let me actually pull the pickle off and eat the pickle by itself. Mhm. Oh, that's a wonderful pickle. That would be awesome pretty much everywhere on any burger or hot dog even. Fuck, let's go. Um, I'm getting a tiny bit of sweetness from pickle, but not what I would think I would get from it. Maybe it's from the onion, but they both have the same amount of onion. Like I'm looking at both of them. Um, this one does have a tiny bit more ketchup, but yeah, I don't know. Um, I don't. I mean, that extra layer of cheese could add more sweetness, but it should also add more creaminess, and I don't feel that. I don't. I don't taste the difference of cheese between the two. I do definitely taste a difference in sweetness over here. So the double cheeseburger versus the McDouble. So the double cheeseburger is more expensive by in US dollars about 30 40 30 cents. Um, this particular example might be a weird thing, but I probably would spend that extra 30 cents and get the double cheeseburger. That said, I probably have to try it again as much as I don't want to. like go down the rabbit hole of trying lots of different fast food shit, I think that the double cheeseburger tastes better. Even though it's, I mean, 40 cents more, but there's something more to it. I don't know if they like inlay that with crack or some shit, but it is better. It tastes better. It's more substantial. There's a tiny bit more sweetness to it, which is more enjoyable for the overall bite. Whereas the McDouble is kind of a bland thing. I want to add pepper to this thing. I just want to add something. I want to add something to it to make it elevate it, have it taste better. The double cheeseburger, it still could go a long ways, but it is leaps and bounds above where the McDouble is. God damn it. I have to do more research into this and figure out what this story is and what's happening with all of this, because this seems so strange to me that on paper the two of these things are exactly the same, except that one patty has an extra level of, or an extra layer of cheese. And maybe it's the place that made them. So maybe I have to travel around and try them different places. If you guys want to see me try that out, like travel around and try these particular burgers, this McDouble and the double cheeseburger, and see if there's a difference between restaurant to restaurant to restaurant, if you want to call them restaurants. I apologize, McDonald's, but you're fast food joints. You're not necessarily restaurants. Even though you call yourselves restaurants, and even though you're designated as a restaurant, a restaurant is a place where I go and have a maitre d', and I have somebody who sits me, and I sit and I order a $10 or $15 or $20 meal or $50 meal, not a pre-made pushed out burger from a bunch of 15-year-olds who don't know how to do anything else. So McDonald's is awesome, dig them, I go to them, but I'm pissing them off right now, and they will never be a sponsor of mine because I don't really appreciate them. But anyways, maybe I should go and like experience both of these things in different places and see what happens to the flavor of them. Let me know what you guys think as well. Like in the comments below, tell me what you think. Should I go and travel and experience these things, these two particular meals? I'm not going to expound beyond that right now, but between the McDouble and the double cheeseburger, should I travel around and try to experience these two different flavors between different places? Let me know. Comment below. If you enjoyed this content, please absolutely like. If you don't like the content, please absolutely don't like. Doesn't matter to me. Either way, I love you regardless. I love that you're here. So if you like this content, that's awesome. If you don't like this content, that's okay too. You who are watching are absolutely amazing and absolutely wonderful. So thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of this. I'm going to jump out, and I will see you guys very, very soon. I hope you have an amazing evening. You're absolutely incredible. Thank you for being here.